Bing, bing. Facebook.
There we go. Up live and in concert. Now your picture's down, but I still hear you. Can you hear me?
You can hear me? Great. Yeah, I can hear you.
There we go. Welcome to
the
premiere of PROMT2. PROMT2 review. We're going to break down some stuff. We're going to break down some movies, TV shows, music.
Yeah.
Spur of the moment stuff, man. When something good hits the sofa, we gonna talk about it. And what's going on with you?
Ain't nothing to it. Just it just enjoying some of the things that I like to watch and whatever, and that all the kind of stuff like that. And review, which means I might as well gotta say, since we're reviewing, we're gonna be using this banner a lot. Okay.
Yeah, just leave it up. Let's go ahead and leave it up.
Yeah, might as well go ahead. Might as well go ahead and leave it up because I damn sure want to get into talking about this. And plus, we haven't even introduced what we're gonna be talking about anyway. So anyway, go for it.
Just on the screen, Fight Night, the $1 Million Heist. Man, this show is getting better and better, and I figured it would be good just by who's in it. You got a couple, 3 Oscar winners, right? Did Terrence get an Oscar?
Anyway. No, I don't think Terrence got an Oscar. I think he may have. No, I don't think Terrence. I think you talking about for the
anything.
I mean, I guess something that came close to him for an Oscar was, the Hustle and Flow. With the song got an Oscar. 3 6 Mafia got an Oscar.
So we got 3 Oscar winners up there. I know Taraji didn't get one yet. Man,
Taraji didn't get one yet.
All right, but we gonna give Taraji and Terrence Howard a half an Oscar for Hustle and Flow. Oh my Lord. We gonna give Taraji half an Oscar and Terrence half an Oscar. So that means we got 3 Oscar winners on the screen. Yeah. But I'm enjoying this more and more. So we're up to episode 5, but we can kick it off from episode 1.
Yeah, definitely.
As a matter of fact, if you leave that up there and you scoot to your right or turn your screen or whatever, we can be seen with that in the middle of the screen. I don't know if you're comfortable with that.
Let me see. What do you mean? Hold up.
Put that back up there because I'm all. You see it, but I see your headphone.
Damn! I'm trying to another layout we can. Damn, I can't.
Yeah. That's cool. We ain't got to.
Yeah.
But let's talk about these episodes. So you got to keep me in the loop for I'm gonna say episodes 2 and 3, because I remember 1 like the back of my hand, and 4 and 5, 3, 4, and 5. Mm-hmm. But we can kick it off from the beginning.
Okay.
Because they got it going on, man. They got it going on with this cast of characters.
Yeah, they do. Yes. Character-wise, and I kind of brought out a sheet of some of the folks. I don't even know all their names, but there isn't a character in this joint yet that I don't. Everybody is doing it. Everybody in this joint, every single person, they playing the hell out of this joint. I mean, the whole ensemble, every single, whether small parts, whatever. Everybody playing their role on point,
Right.
I want to start off by saying that. So, So,
I agree with you on that. And you got some standouts. But before we get to the we can mention a couple of standouts. But 2 people that stand out to me is my boy. I'll call him my boy now, but. Bullock, was it Miles Bullock? I think that's
character he played, because I'm not familiar with it.
The robber, Miles Bullock, the robber with who's just stealing the show.
The crazy one. Yeah.
You call him, yeah. I guess you can call him crazy. See, I guess I'm crazy, so he look normal to me. But he's still in it, and then Melvin Gregg, who played Man Boy on Snowfall.
Yeah, he crushing it.
But I don't want to jump the gun on what he did in
Yeah,
episode 5. But
yeah,
oh
yeah,
my goodness. Anyway,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So go ahead.
Well, this started off just telling the whole synopsis of Fight Night, because it's entitled Fight Night, the $1 million heist, and it's basically it's running now right now on Peacock, on the Peacock streaming network, and so far it's been, they didn't already premiere 5 episodes. I don't even know how many episodes it's supposed to be in total.
Right.
But it looked like it's coming to a closing.
I hope not.
It seems that way, but we'll see. But the whole thing is about, and it's starring, I guess the main characters is starring um um God damn, man.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart. I couldn't even remember the man's last name. Kevin Hart, Don Cheadle, Samuel Jackson, Terrence Howard, um, 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 Taraji Henson. But it's so many people, Chloe Bailey. It's so many other people that's in it. That's why, I kind of brought this sheet up here that doesn't cover it all. But you see so many faces in it, and also got to point out that it's brought to us by what's the producer's name?
Oh, God dang.
I don't know. Everything is slipping my
Packer,
mind.
Will Packer.
Yeah, Will Packer.
Will Packer.
Brought to us by Will Packer, and
That all
and
them
it's
Stompy
basic.
Yard movies.
Yeah, and it takes place in the early '70s, right around the time when Cassius Clay, after he had done his time, and he was getting back, he was allowed to get back in the ring and box down in Georgia, and a whole thing that takes place is it basically about a robber. Kevin Hart plays a character named Chicken Man. So Kevin Hart is Chicken Man, and he just want to be with that in crowd type of thing. He's kind of like a little hustling kind of cat, with a sharp tongue, and living a double life and all that kind of stuff. And he comes up with his idea to throw a fight party for that fight night and have all the big wheels come in, and just so he can get in with the big wheels. But something happened where the they have the party Vegas style at one of his houses. I'm gonna say one of his houses, and, and the place gets robbed. So that's basically what it's about. The place gets robbed. So if you just the think about if anybody ever remember that movie back in the '70s called Uptown Saturday Night, which starred Bill Cosby, Sidney Poitier, Harry Belafonte, Calvin Lockhart, Rosalind Cash, so many other, Richard Pryor, Flip Wilson, Ray Park even appeared in it. Um, 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 uh, the Nicholson brother, the dancing Nicholson brother. I forget which Nicholson it was. Played Lil Seymour. I mean, so many. What's my girl name? Which passed a few years ago. I loved it like crazy. They played Peggy Lady.
Peggy Lady. Don't forget about my girl Rosalind Cash.
I said Rosalind Cash.
You said Rosalind Cash? Oh my
hell
goodness.
yeah, hell yeah.
Peggy Lady was her name Brown?
No.
Damn, I'm gonna look her up.
No, she was Peggy Lady. I remember one of the last things I seen her in was a Woman of Brewster Place. Mm-hmm. Why? I don't know why. And I'm crazy about her. I always have been.
As we getting old.
And she passed away. Uptown Saturday Night Cast.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I got it up. All right, come on. Paula Kelly.
Kelly, there we go.
Yeah, Paula Kelly. Harold Nicholas. Lee Chamberlain, Flip Wilson. I mean, Roscoe
Everybody.
Lee Brown. I mean, it was just an all-star type of cast. And but so, and I just wanted to point this out. I remember some years back, I was hearing rumors many years ago, quite a few years ago, not many, quite a few years ago. I was hearing rumors that Denzel Washington and Will Smith was supposed to be trying to redo Uptown Saturday Night movie. I thought my thoughts myself. I thought it was a good idea and all that. I'm only bringing that up to bring up the whole in the Uptown Saturday Night movie. There was a robbery that took place where a lot of big time hustlers, were there gambling Vegas style and all that. So the same kind of thing. That's what made me want to see this. Let me just say, that's what made me want to see this movie from the Jump Street. When I saw it was about that, I'm like, and nothing, no other type of flick, movie, TV show, whatever, catches my attention more than something that's urban. It may be because I'm so familiar with it.
All right.
So,
And don't leave out Uptown Saturday Night was based on the robbery
yeah.
after the Muhammad Ali fight. Well, I'm gonna say during the Muhammad Ali fight with Corey in Atlanta, his first fight back from expulsion from boxing or being banned from boxing. And this is the true story. So Uptown Saturday Night was based on it, loosely based or inspired by it. But Fight Night is the actual real story. So some of the names actually cross.
Yeah.
But in the story, of course, is going to cross in many areas in the beginning of Uptown Saturday Night. And then Uptown Saturday Night does its own thing. But this movie, Fight Night, actually is the true story, or what, 80%?
Right. So I guess basically you can say that Uptown Saturday Night was more about two guys who attended that party, who was trying to get something that was stolen at that party, some lottery ticket that he won, and that's what that was about. Whereas this particular story is basically about the party and what happened, the after effects of that robbery, and the people involved in it.
So let me share something about Samuel Jackson real quick. Kevin Hart did an interview a couple of weeks ago, but he said on set, he just sat around as Samuel Jackson, who's from Atlanta, and when this event took place, or this robbery took place, Samuel Jackson was probably about 20 years old or something. I don't know if he was 15 years old, but anyway, he lived through this era. So he's giving them real life, real historic information about his experiences during this fight and what took place in the city. And that's captivating in itself, because Kevin says every day it's a new story about something that took place. Whether it had something to do with this robbery or not, it's something Atlanta-based, cultural-based, that actually helped them with their acting and their storytelling and everything. So shout out to Samuel Jackson. Boy, I wish I could sit around him and listen to some of them stories.
Yeah.
As Kevin said, it's hitting him. It's real deep, the stuff that he's sharing. But nevertheless.
One thing I gotta say, you made me think when you were saying that. Excuse me. Is everything about watching this thing. Now, I was a child in the 70s. I was born in 65. So in 75, I was 10. 72, I was 7. But the point I'm trying to make is everything about this movie, and it's the first time in a long time that I've seen a movie like that really made me feel 70s. I mean, I think they kept the scenery. Even the scenery, the cars being driven, the neighborhoods. It reminds, and I know it's Atlanta, correct? But it reminds me of being in DC. I mean, even the guy's garage and all. I'm like, these look like landmarks in DC to me in the 70s. The way people dress. I think the production really captured the 70s really, really on point. I really do. and that's another thing why I'm really drawn into it.
Did a good job. My second page of notes says 70s sounds, 70s soul music, 70s,
like love,
70s production feel with the score, saxophone, action scenes, congos, all that, the score, the background music. So that is the epitome of the 70s when you got those chase scenes or whatever. Then you got the saxophone coming in when it's drama or whatever. They nailed it with the score. The music, everything is 100%. And you can't find a flaw in that. And
not just that.
It puts you there mentally. As soon as you do it, I'm automatically thinking, oh man, I'm watching one of them 70s shows, you know, that I used to watch in the 80s because I wasn't around much in the 70s to catch that. Or my grandparents watching Beretta and or Black Caesar, you just hearing that music.
Yeah. And not just that, but they even playing some of the song. I mean, I'm sitting there and then I hear there's a song by the Temptations come on called Standing on Shaky Ground and go boom 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 boom, and I'm recognizing it, and like you say, it takes the music, not just the score, but even some of the hit songs of that era they play, but everything that's going on, I agree, is really taking me back to the 70s, and I'm like digging it.
Now, in the beginning of episode, was that 4? When they were fishing, the guys were fishing. Was that the Ozzy brothers they were playing? I don't know. Okay,
I got to hear it again. I believe so. I couldn't
catch the title, but I was like, I think that's Ron Ozzy right there. But you're right. You're right. The soundtrack too. They're doing the thing with that. But let's talk about some of this. What you want to go ahead and start with episode 1?
Episode 1 basically, I guess, introduces stuff. You go inside.
It starts off where they review. You know, they do a recap of what's to come, but it's sped up. It's almost like a rewind, and they rewind it to the beginning, and then it takes off. But Kevin Hart is holding his own as Chicken Man, small time hustler trying to do big things. I guess they were selling drugs or whatever, but he does numbers for the most part.
Yeah,
and he knows everybody in the hood. Kevin Hart, or Chicken Man, is the streets, and I like how Kevin, he tweaked his voice a little bit, so he's not using his regular voice 100%. That's great. That's a good thing, because I hate when you hear the same voice, because then if the voice puts the actor's face on whatever the voice says, and vice versa. So with that voice being a little different, that gives the appearance credibility, and sometimes say, you know what, this is not Kevin Hart, this is some other dude,
right,
named Chicken Man. Right. So I enjoy that about him. But he's putting this party together around the Ali fight, and he wants the big heavy hitters of the I'm gonna say the East Coast, because I didn't hear anybody from California. So East Coast and Midwest, you got big players from Detroit, Texas, Atlanta, Florida, whatever, and New York coming together in honor of Frank. I don't know if that's Frank Lucas or Frank Matthews. I don't know which Frank it is, but that's Samuel L. Jackson's character. He's the boss of the bosses, and he goes there in honor. You know, they trying to throw a party for him. But Kevin Hart doesn't know that, or Chicken Man doesn't know that people are conspiring to rob the whole joint. That's not affiliated with any of these parties. Right. And I mean parties as far as the gangsters or Chicken Man or what have you. But somebody's listening in. Oh yeah, we got this. Oh yeah, and they actually set up shop inside the home, because the home is a busy spot. So they set up shop inside the home before anything takes place. So it's almost like bank robbers robbing a bank that they have 100% access to, but the bank tellers and manager, they have no clue that their place of work belongs to somebody else.
Right. But also point out, before you go for point out that actually the person that's behind the robbery, the whole mastermind behind the robbery I guess they originally had that plan because they were the ones who was going to do a party first. And Kevin's chicken man and kind of outbid him for that spot.
That to do
So
with that, not to do with the hair.
not to do with that. Remember when they first go in there and he come up with the idea that we're gonna I guess his name was Silky with the hair. We're gonna talk to Silky in town. We're gonna get to this party for Frank Moten, get Frank Moten to come. When they went to meet him at the bar, was another guy there, remember? And Chicken Man was like, "Who's he? Who's that guy?" And that was the guy who was going to be doing the party, setting it up with Silky. And then Kevin threw an idea, said, "Man, he basically talked his way with Silky. Said, okay, I'm gonna roll with you and not him."
But that's when dude left already.
Dude, no. Remember, he got on the phone and said some other nigga came in and got the party. Took it from under me. He said that's even better. That makes our plan gonna work out even better.
But he wasn't sitting there when it happened. He was off to the side.
Yeah, he was off to the side. Yeah,
right. All right. Yeah. I remember that dude.
Yeah. So and remember, he's the one who set the team up. Who set them all, and that's why I was really, I can't wait to see. I just wanted to bring up. He set the team up. Then once he got them in motion, he left town. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what homeboy Willie Black. Willie Black was like, your man, he ain't nowhere around right now, whatever. He did whatever. That was him, wasn't he? Did whatever, and he skipped town.
Yeah. Because he knew, because they didn't know that they was robbing Big Wheels. He knew. And that's what they said. He skipped town so he could have an alibi.
Oh, yeah.
But he didn't tell them, well, the other guy, the crazy, I'm gonna call him crazy with the goatee. I think he knew, but he don't care.
His name is Willie Black.
Willie Black don't care. Willie Black didn't care.
Now, I forgot the dude's name that left town, but the Mac is the one that's running the show.
Right.
Mac or the robbers.
Yeah.
So he leaves town, but there's no sure-proof way that he's going to get his money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he set up the robbery, and it's almost as if they get away with it, then I'll get paid. If they don't get away with it, then I guess I won't get paid. That's kind of strange, though.
Well, I guess probably, like I say, leaving his name out, because remember they had to wait. They couldn't just immediately take the money and go do what they're gonna do. They had to wait because he told them, he said, I'll hit you in a few days with the fence information where you can fence all that jewelry and fence all that money and stuff. So that's what they supposed to be coming back and connected with it for, which so far look like that ain't gonna happen.
Well, you said days, but it's only been like a day and a half.
Yeah.
Everything is going down, so he up to this point hasn't even had a chance. You know what I'm saying, to let everything die down and then call, because on the first day you already had, or I'm gonna say hours later, you already had what's my boy name? Andre. Man boy from Snowfall. Yeah. Andre was already trying to fence some stuff off on his father.
Yeah.
It's and his father, Rock. What's his name? Rock. Forgot Rock's name. Rock Dun. I know. Is it Dunbar?
The guy from Soul Food.
Yes.
That's what I always say. Yeah.
Rock Dun. I don't know. I keep getting his name mixed up. But I was about to say Rock Dunbar, but it might not be Dunbar. But that's his father on there. And when I saw him walk up, I said, they have solid actors everywhere, because Rock, and on this chart, where is he? He is.
I only see him on this chart. He not even on. Let me look. But he on the other chart. There he is. He's in the second row, the 5th block on the second row.
Right,
on
far
this
right.
shot. Yeah. And the chick beside him, that was the chick that played Lola Ferraro. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know her name either. I gotta find her name out and see what she's in. Yeah, it is Rockman Dunbar. I said, yeah, Rockman Dunbar. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But Rockman Dunbar is doing his thing.
Everybody doing their thing. I'm telling you.
Yes, but so Andre is trying to hawk or pawn off stolen jewelry from the heist hours afterwards. So he didn't even let things die down. And you know how much if that wasn't his father, they would have been. You know what I'm saying? They would have been caught. They would have been caught very fast.
Yeah.
His father had the know-how, and he was like, "Look here, get this out of here. Don't bring any of this to the shop. As a matter of fact, get your ass out of town because they coming for you. They already been here questioning me." And that was the gangsters.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Frank's henchmen. Then you had the police. JD. What's his name? Don Cheadle's character, J.D. Hudson.
Yeah.
You had the investigator J.D. Hudson already on his ass. And then Kevin Hart broke some more Chicken Man broke some more information. So they didn't last. But anyway, that's jumping the gun that he tried to hawk that stuff early.
Yeah.
But getting back to
yeah, because I still remember during the robbery, you saw him sneak that bracelet. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, they're crooks, so that's what crooks do, steal,
right?
Even from each other,
right? And I don't even want to give him too many props now because it's coming up later. But our girl Taraji is up in there. Is Chicken Man's partner in crime. Yeah, so Taraji is almost like a former stripper.
Yeah.
Former superstar stripper turned I'm gonna say big mama or bottom bitch, and she's helping run numbers and I guess doing selling drugs or whatever. But Taraji, and what's her character's name? Vivian. Taraji, Vivian, whatever she is, she's doing her thing. I know you said she's on the Cookie side, but I think she has a little more class than Cookie.
Well.
Now they call her in their stripper days.
yeah.
Maybe this is Cookie. Years later, when she grew up.
That's what I'm saying. She's like Cookie is in older age. In the AA.
There you go. Okay, all right.
Because I mean she's more wise or whatever, but she still got Cookie's attitude. But I think that's the role. That's what Taraji gives you when she playing that kind of role. I mean, whether it's Cookie, whether it's Shorty from Baby Boy, you know what I'm saying?
Yvette.
That's Yvette. That's the super young version. That's the super young version.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, she's killing it. I was just saying Cookie, just attitude wise. But even when you think about the movie she did with Don Cheadle, the Talk to Me, the Peter Green jump, one of my top favorite movies. You know what I'm saying? She gave you that same vibe,
Yeah, I gotta watch that again. It's been a while since I've seen that.
Yeah. So
very long time.
Yeah, I'm loving it. So she's definitely a senior among all the women in this particular program. You can tell, her seniority.
Right. And that's interesting too, because Taraji used to be the young girl in the movies.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? From Baby Boy and everything else, she was a young girl. Then she started playing an old woman while she was young. You think of things like Benjamin Button. She's in her 30s, early 30s, I think, playing the role of somebody who's 50, 60. You know what I'm saying? So she has that range, and they put her in different roles, but now she is the older woman on the set. She didn't hit the big 5-0. And now you got Chloe Bailey, and is it Chloe? I got the right.
Chloe, yes,
you got Chloe Bailey and all these other women that are young girls with the young bodies, super youthful faces.
Yeah.
I can't even look at Chloe. She's so young.
The other one
Feel
is
good looking
crushing.
at her.
The other one is crushing. I kept wondering where I seen it from. You look on here, she's all the way on the bottom row on the right.
Okay.
Her
Who
and
is she?
I kept saying she remind me of somebody, so I went looking her up. I can't remember her name right, and then I said I know she, and she was reminding me of another chick that used to play on the TV series called The Game during the early seasons, and then I said that must be her, and then I looked and I realized it wasn't her, but she looks just like her.
Who is she?
I forgot her name.
Oh, I see her. Her name is Teresa Celeste.
Yeah.
And she's been in.
She ain't been in too much.
Okay. Well, what character was she in here?
She's the remember they had the three women answering the door. She was the one with the afro.
Oh yeah, she was good.
Yeah, she was crushing that jump.
She's real good.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that wig on, so I don't even recognize her now.
Oh
She
yeah,
was
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
She was good. Hopefully she pops back up.
Right. Because she was crushing that role. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Now you know what? My mind is blown now. I just saw something that I had no idea. You know what? She's been in a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah.
Not hold on, not real blockbuster things. So I'm not coming at you that way. But
it's just I think I said it because when I was looking at the list of the stuff she was in, it didn't have The Game, and I'm like, damn, if that's not the same chick from the TV show The Game, maybe they sisters or cousins. Because golly, her face looks just like her. I have to point her out who I'm talking about. I don't know if you ever watched the TV series The Game. But.
Oh yeah. She's about to. Somebody's gonna have to snatch her up and put her in something because she killed it. She had that. She embodied that character.
She embodied the hell out of that character.
And I see that she's been in a Black Lady sketch show.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's major because, of course, it's not anything groundbreaking, but it's something that she's around major actors or actresses doing their thing and producers. My bad, directors.
Right.
So she's in the mix with them, like Kevin is now with Samuel Jackson and Don Cheadle and Terrence Howard. So Kevin Howard is sharpening his sword for his, being around those super sharp actors.
Yeah, that's true.
And I like that. But
I got him directly. And it's funny because I'm sitting there watching him work with Don Cheadle, especially in the episode, the 5th episode, because that's when they really, really go on back and forth with each other. Mm-hmm. And then it hit me. The whole, remember a couple of years ago, the whole sit down interview he did with Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
When Don said, I'm 56, and Kevin said, damn.
I didn't even think about that till you said it.
Yeah, so so you're looking at that and you realize, okay, these guys already got a cool relationship outside of the screen. That's why it's working good on the screen. And
that probably brought them together.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you this. My mind is blown because I got to see your face when I tell you this. I had no idea until I just looked it up with the actors. Mm-hmm. I had no idea who was playing the role of Lola Falana. I didn't even know that one was an actress. You don't know who that is?
No, who?
That's Lori Harvey. See? Exactly. That's my face just now. When I first saw, I was like, "Come on!"
Really?
Everybody, Lori Harvey is not just a pretty face or a nice body or whatever. I didn't know she was an actress. I'm like, who was this actress? Especially the second time I watched it. Right. But the famous Lola Falana, so I can't think of anybody now that's like Lola Falana was back then. So
right.
I was coming up in I'm gonna say early 80s or whatever. The shows I watched were Good Times, What's Happening, all that kind of stuff. And they would always bring up Lola Falana. Lola Falana as being the most beautiful woman, or that's why I want to take out on my dream date or something like that.
So you don't remember Lola Falana had her own TV show?
No.
Yeah, she had her own show, just like Cher had her own show.
I didn't know.
Hell, I remember watching Lola Falana all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta look that up
because I didn't know. Heck yeah, yeah.
I know I saw her in some movies because now I always go back and still watch old movies. So movies I've never heard of, and I see certain people, pop up, and I look at the cat. I'm like, oh, it's Lola Falana. Oh, they go so. Oh, okay. So now, and doing all that and.
Okay. No, I knew her. I knew her from her TV show first, and then started seeing other things she had done before that and all that. But I mainly knew her from, like I said, who else had when people had their variety shows like Lola Falana. I mean, like Cher. Sonny and Cher had a show, and the Jacksons had a show, and Lola Falana and Flip Wilson and even Red Fox had a show once. You know what I'm saying? Richard Pryor had a show once.
I'm just watching that. I didn't know Red Fox had a show until maybe 2 years ago. Okay. So I've been watching episodes of the Red Fox show, and when I saw him and Muhammad Ali just sitting next to each other, just clowning and cutting up, my mind was blown. I'm like, where was this stuff but YouTube? Because decades ago, I would have loved to see this because I was going back watching the old movies, you know what I'm saying, seeing how good Ali was and all this kind of stuff.
That's why sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good to pull up Tubi to see what's newly been added on it, because you get all the Flip Wilson show is now on Tubi. You see what I'm saying? So now if you want to watch all those, well, that's also on Pluto. But if you want to watch all those Flip Wilson shows, you know what I'm saying? It's a show called Soul. If you haven't seen it, you gotta see it. It's on Pluto and it's on Tubi, and it's just late '60s, early '70s, people performing like a motherfucker. Whether Earth, Wind and Fire, Ashford and Simpson, Gladys Knight, everybody young as shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think I saw an advertisement about that.
You got an
advertisement. I think I saw that.
I guarantee you, I know you will love it. You will watch I guarantee you will sit and binge watch all day that show called Soul. Like I say, because they interviewed it, they in front of a loud crowd, and there's always a music guest and a cast acting guest. So there's an episode where they're interviewing Maya Angelou. There's an episode where they're interviewing right around the time Buck and the Preacher came out. They're interviewing Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier. But the Earth, like I said, it's a lot more musical guests. I tell you what, I don't ever recall ever seeing Valerie Simpson without her hair in braids. This so young Valerie Simpson hair is an afro. You almost won't recognize.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And that's on Tubi?
Yeah, that's on Tubi.
All right. Soul on Tubi. Soul. I'm tuning into that. I wrote that down. But
Lola Falana.
Lola Falana being.
She had this song she used to sing. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets.
I didn't know. I didn't know she was singing. I thought she was just an actress.
She was a singer. On her show, she was a singer who did acting skits. Yeah.
Got you. Okay. Lori Harvey, I'm shocked. And she was acting, she was talking, she did her thing with Kevin. As far as, and then she hooked up with Samuel Jackson and did her, she had a scene with him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they done found some little bombshell up in here, getting her acting on. Okay, little shorty, I see you.
Here's the thing,
and it's Lori Harvey. I'm
awesome.
Okay. You have to excuse me anytime that character comes up. I'm just gonna have to do, and I'm not fawning over her or anything because I do not have a crush on Lori Harvey, but I'm just shocked that she's an actress. Someone told me, I think last year or something that she's an actress. She acting in what? Is she really an actress? I didn't know she acted. I thought she was just a model or a socialite.
Right.
She's acting. So, Lori Harvey, you did the damn thing.
She did. One thing I want to point out again, well, let's show this picture, is really awesome when you realize a lot of the cast, how young they are, playing characters from the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think they're doing. The dude that played Man Boy, this is like the third or fourth thing I seen him in that I didn't think that I thought he was phenomenal in. First was Man Boy. Then there's an episode of, you ever seen that series called Black AF? Black as
fuck. I think let me look that up.
It may be. I think it might be on Netflix. If you haven't looked at, check it out. It's the guy who created Blackish. What's his name?
Oh no, I haven't seen it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a story, and Quincy Jones' daughter, Khadijah, plays his wife.
Kenya Barris. I know what you're talking about.
Kenya Barris.
When they spoil their kids and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's an episode where he go to a family gathering, and I don't know Man Boy's real name, so I call him Man Boy. And Man Boy plays like a cousin who keep approaching him about some ideas he had for movies.
His name is Melvin Gregg with two G's.
Melvin Gregg. That's
two G's. And I'm not gonna forget Melvin Gregg and Miles Bullock, because them two brothers are. Anyway, go ahead. He plays a character on there with movie ideas, trying to sell them.
Because he go to a family gathering. Kenya Barris go to a family gathering, and he's one of the younger cousins. He keep pulling them to the side about ideas he have, because Kenya Barris plays mainly himself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody in the family know that he makes movies and all that. So he got that cousin to keep pressing him, man. I tell you, man. This, I can't remember word for word, but this shit is funny as hell.
I'm gonna check it out just for that.
Yeah.
But so episode 1.
Yeah.
Get all the players together. Oh, we got to throw in David Banner.
David Banner, yeah.
David Banner, the rapper David Banner, and every time I see him standing next to Samuel Jackson, and it's just them two in the scene, I think about 15, 20 years ago, when all people said on radio was Samuel Jackson refuses to work with rappers. Samuel Jackson doesn't think rappers deserve to be acting because they haven't earned it. Just because they can rap or sing or whatever does not mean that they can act.
Right.
And now you have people putting in work. And normally when you see Samuel Jackson on film with somebody and that's a rapper, normally they got some chops. David Banner, he's been killing the acting game for at least 10 years.
Well, I know the first thing I noticed him in, and I said, oh yeah, and I started paying attention in other stuff afterwards. But the first one was the Christmas movie. This Christmas. And I think that was the first, and I was like, damn, he playing this joke, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then I seen him in, it was something I seen him in. I can't even think it was, but that's when he really got my attention.
I'm looking up his credits right now. So I'm going all the way back. I'm going to read them to you. So I'm going to read the big roles to you. Let me see. Black Snake Moan. That was kind of popular. He was on Monk. I didn't know that. Stomp the Yard 2. We getting Ride Along. I didn't know he was in Ride Along. I forgot all about that.
I remember him in Ride
Along. What else? Saints and Sinners. Empire. Fight Night. I think it was another movie called They Die Before Dawn. You remember you and I talked about that little short with Don Cheadle, Erykah Badu. I think the cover is like a Western.
Yeah, that.
With Erykah Badu. It's like I don't know if it's 30 minutes or something, 30-minute movie or 40-minute. That was good. I was shocked to see that because I'm like, who created this and how come it's only on title? How come this ain't? Let me see. Come on now. This, of course, this Christmas. There's something else. There's a movie called he was like the baby, the confidant.
I'm trying to think of a John where he played in, and it was a series that had different stories each episode. He did one story, and I'm thinking he played a part of an old man or something.
Is it Tales?
It wasn't Tales though, but it was a show kind of like Tales because it was different. Each episode was different, had a whole different story, and he did one episode. What are you reading on this list? I think I may know it if I hear the name.
TV show. I'm looking at the TV shows now. Walking with Gods. Is that it?
That don't sound
Ropes.
familiar. Huh?
The Ropes is one. Walking with Gods. TV shows. Saints and Sinners.
No, it wasn't that.
No, that's all the TV shows I see.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Damn. I wonder. It'll come to me. I can't think of it right now, but it'll come to me.
Is it that Crooked? That's a TV movie. That Crooked Sip. I don't think that is it. That TV movie didn't say series.
As a matter of fact, I know. As a matter of fact, it was a show.
The Ropes.
It was a show that used to show a lot of many episodes, and he hosted the actual show. So
it's not The Ropes.
He would introduce the next story.
Okay.
He would. What was it?
If it ain't The Ropes.
I can't remember. I mean, it could have been The Ropes. I don't.
And Walking with God says he was in 4 episodes. Nah, that says Lisa Part 1, Lisa Part 2, Lisa Part 3. So that's not like him. Anyway, he kicking ass in this movie too.
Yeah.
This TV series. And who's other? Clifton Powell was also in here, but Clifton Powell was sort of in the background. Yeah. And we haven't seen much of him, but.
Well, I don't like the.
You don't like the mush mouth thing?
Yeah, no.
Right. Well,
it ain't even necessary.
You're right, and that's why he ain't on the screen much.
Right.
He was a heavy hitter. They got robbed. He had his say in there, and he's gone.
Yeah.
David Jackson told all of them, "Get your asses out of town. I'll take care of this." Yeah. But anyway, so they get so the party gets robbed. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Kevin Hart or Chicken Man is dating. Well, his bottom bitch is Vivian, Taraji P. Henson's character. Mm-hmm. And he is a married man with 2 kids.
Yeah.
So he has to, bounce home from time to time. And his wife in here, I got to talk about her for a second. Because she needs to get some major props. And I got to remember her name because she was in, where's she on that? She was in the movie, the TV show, Us. I'm getting all. Look, we're gonna work all this stuff out because I'm getting these names mixed up now. But it's a horror movie, sort of, but it's like a race. It's like a movie from the 50s.
Okay.
Reflecting on the 50s, where a couple moves to town and with their family, and they end up being the only black people on the street, and they face a whole bunch of racism from other people. So Artrice Johnson, plays Chicken Man's wife, Artrice Johnson, and you see her picture. It looks nothing like her character, her regular picture.
Right.
What's the name of that TV show? Oh, she was in that's her in P-Valley too. So she's been doing her thing. She was in the episode of Fatal Attraction, the BET or TV One series.
Yeah.
That's interesting to see her start there because you don't get a whole bunch of talking in there. A lot of times, there's a lot of narration mixed with the acting.
Right.
She was in Coming to America too as a servant girl.
Okay.
Uncredited. But she made it on that set, so she's around them heavy hitters. Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Okay. So she did some things. Gossip Girl, okay. I could have sworn that was her in that other TV series. I was wrong. You know, I ain't wrong often. But anyway, Artrice Johnson, Chicken Man's wife, she deserves major credit. And I know you said, well, she was dumb as hell. Her character was dumb as hell for the decision she made. So all the ballers, all the heavy hitters go to the Muhammad Ali fight. And Chicken Man, he is really trying to kiss up to all the gangsters, mainly Frank, which is Samuel Jackson's character. Mm-hmm. And he messes up because he tries to con him with a janitor. He's trying to pose the janitor.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, no, go ahead. I just laid on.
I'm just making this statement. He's trying to pose the janitor off as a major person in politics or the council or whatever. He's trying to put him off in there because he knows he knows Franks wants to buy some property. Yeah. So he's trying to get this guy to say, oh, anything you need, I got it. Yeah, Chicken Man, you know, he look out for it just to make Chicken Man look better. And he hangs around too long, and it comes out that he is a janitor, which makes Chicken Man look bad. So now Samuel Jackson or Frank is looking at Chicken Man like, you little con artist motherfucker. At that point, he could have not went to the party afterwards, but he still went to the party. Frank still went to the party because they were throwing it about him.
No, I just wanted to point out, I mean, Dover, somebody who's not in these pictures, and I have always loved his acting ever since he is in the picture. He right next to where it says spoiler alert. And
I'm gonna talk about him too.
He playing the politician, but this guy, I remember he used to play on Sister, the TV show, as one of the twins' boyfriend, right?
Oh, okay.
And he played on many stuff, and everything he has ever done, I've always said that dude is a vicious actor, way above the people he's working with, his skills. And he's not disappointing as the politician in this joint because he crushing it.
You gotta find his name. I mean, his character's name. I can't even find his character in here.
It's Senator or Councilman Johnson or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not even seeing it. Oh, there he is. Hey, Ronrico Lee.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't watch Sister to Sister, so you got me with that one. So you've known about him before me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you when I first found out about him. Mm-hmm. I was watching this cable and giving those unknown movies a shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No big name. I mean, zero big names. I love watching movies like that. New directors, new actors. And it was a movie. God dang, he was acting in the 80s.
He been doing it. He been rocking for a while, man.
1989. Yep. I'm blown away by that. I found out about him in 1997. It's a movie called How I Spent My Summer Vacation.
I think
if you want to see something that's really good, and I mean, you don't have all these fight scenes and car chases and explosions. It's a great movie about relationships for people in their early to mid 20s, maybe into their 30s. I'm gonna say the 20s. Mm-hmm. How these relationships work is just two couples, and you just see how they come together, how solid they are, and then what breaks them up. It is really good, but he stood out to me in that movie. There were other, good actors or decent actors in there, but he stood out. How I Spent My Summer Vacation. His name is Perry in there. Actually, that's the same year as Sister to Sister. So, hey, you and I on the same. Hey, you ain't got me on that one. There. I thought you had me.
Yeah, no.
But it's really good. But in here, he starts off. looking kind of. He definitely looks different. He got the glasses. He his voice. He changed the inflections. And at first I was like, eh. And I love him as an actor. Now I'm talking about as his character. I was like, the first couple of scenes. And then I caught him. Yes, but then I caught what he was doing. I said, he killing it again. I got it. And then I went back and watched the first episode all over again, lead up. I said, I got it. I see what he's doing. It's superb. And we're going to get to another scene where he like knocked it out the park.
Oh, I know the scene you talking about.
Yeah. And up in here, the manner, man, I get hyped watching Fight Night, man. I feel like I need to fight, but
now I remember, like I said, I was seeing him in a bunch of stuff, and one of the first things I seen where I'm like, okay, they got him kind of playing like a mature role now, and that was in the movie Madea Goes to Jail.
Okay. Okay. He's a lawyer.
Yeah, he was the lawyer friend. He was the lawyer's friend, his best friend. But in this joint, he's a slick ass politician.
But you don't know that.
Huh?
We don't know that first.
Yeah. who was up on the game like a mug, to the point where we ain't got to that part yet, but I'm scared for him. Okay. I'm like, something gonna happen to that dude. I'm telling you.
But he outsmarted who we thought was the smartest.
Right.
So but he won up the master. So
but the master don't like being one upped.
That's the 48 laws of power. They said the first rule in their number one law of power, it says never outshine the master.
Yeah. Yep.
And he didn't.
That's why I think something gonna happen to him.
Yeah, he didn't outshine the master. He did a half a smack to the master, like, hey, you know who I am? He did one of those to the master.
Yeah.
But so props to him. That's another person that's killing it. But they go to the party late because the party is getting robbed. The party was being robbed from the inside. It's an inside job. Yeah. But it's not somebody on the inside that the insiders know. It's right. Man, it's a mole that's not a mole. It's a worker that's not a work. Man, it turns out that Chicken Man was approached in the first episode when he was out there, giving information to the party, and somebody pickpocketed him, gave it to this person. This person went up to him and said, "Hey, you lost your wallet." And that was that person again. That was Chloe Bailey.
Bailey.
What's her character's name?
Lola. Lena.
Yeah. That was Lena's in. So Chicken Man was like, "Oh, thank you for the wallet." Hey. So now he's like, "I got somebody looking out for me." Okay, but look, come to this party, blah, 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 blah. So she's working. Then you got the workers. She got the workers in a little bit. She get in the intel. Oh, come there this time because all this is going on, blah, 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 blah. And then they go in there to help set up. Meanwhile, they setting up their robbery.
Yeah, man.
And so they robbed the joint, make everybody take off their clothes and all that kind of good stuff. And eventually, Chicken Man, Frank, and all the hustlers, the big time players, they show up. They get robbed. Now, you cannot rob the players of all players and ballers of all ballers unless you're going to kill them.
Yeah.
And then when you see the muscle
that
Frank has, oh my goodness. And we're going to talk about him because he's somebody,
that dude.
About him too. Yeah, his name is Michael James Shaw, the man to the right of Samuel Jackson with the bald head, look like me.
Yeah, man.
He has everything. Well, I have everything he has except for the sports coat and the tie.
Yeah.
He is, man. He is an imposing figure.
Yep.
And he is pretty much doing all the dirty work for Frank.
Yep.
And he doesn't just do the dirty work. He does it very well.
Yep.
He knows how to kill. Let's say that because it's full alerts all over the place.
Yeah.
He knows how to kill. His name is Lamar. So the guy right there with the bald head is Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar.
And so they robbing him. Everybody's getting robbed, and they got Taraji doing an old school striptease act. You know what I'm saying? They embarrassing her. Chicken Man is trying to stand up for. So after all is said and done, Chicken Man gets blamed for the robbery.
Yeah.
And one of the robbers get killed. One of the robbers get a big hole put in his chest. But it comes back on Chicken Man. Everybody runs out or whatever. Don Cheadle gets there late with Muhammad Ali. The new Muhammad Ali. So you got the original Muhammad Ali. You have other actors that played Muhammad Ali. And then this is the chocolate Muhammad Ali with the funny haircut and the big forehead. So sometimes he sounds like Muhammad Ali. Sometimes he sounds like Chris Rock trying to talk like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Or he talks like Muhammad Ali possessed by Chris Rock. But nevertheless, the brother, he does a good acting job. I think he's cool. One thing I believe he didn't do well was talk in private, the way Muhammad Ali talked in private. So one-on-one, Muhammad Ali would talk like us.
Right.
And then when he gets in front of that crowd and the camera, you hear the voice raise and he start being all braggadocious and he talk with those little funny ways. And he talk to people. I tell you what, if you come over here and we're gonna do that, why you keep looking at me like that? Why you let them people talk to you like that? Do you know that? I'm like, he wouldn't talk like that one-on-one. He would talk like he would, like a regular speaking man. He would be in the car talking like that to somebody unless they Jonah or cutting up. But anyway, after all that is said and done, and the chocolate Muhammad Ali and all that, goes to the side. Now Frank, the baller of all the ballers, Samuel Jackson's character, he doesn't want his money back. He ain't sweating the money. He wants blood for being robbed, for being embarrassed, for being shamed, disrespected. He wants blood. He wants everybody involved killed. I don't care if it's a woman. I don't care if it's a man, little person, kid. Frank is gonna kill you. Period. And he's not gonna think twice about it. Nope. So after the party, the first person they caught, Chloe Bailey's character.
Yep.
Lena.
They caught her at the party.
Well, Vivian, Taraji's character, Vivian snuffed her out with the other girl. What's the other girl's name that we just talking about?
Shorty down in the corner.
Ala Thompson. Is that no? Teresa Celeste. Maxine.
Yeah.
Maxine. They figure her out. Figured out that she's in on everything. And Samuel Jackson.
No, they don't. Yeah, well, go ahead.
No, don't go ahead because you probably got something.
They kind of they haven't figured it out. They suspect, but remember what happened was the one we talked about. I'm gonna say Frank's hitman clocked her, and remember he clocked her in the front yard.
That gun,
right? He clocked her with that gun, and they grabbed her and took her in the woods. So that's what I mean by they got her at the party.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they didn't know she's part of robbing all that. Remember, they thinking he asked did Chicken Man rob? Was it Chicken Man? So they just grabbed her just because they grabbing somebody. You know what I'm saying?
But it was something that got them to figure out that she was affiliated.
No, they didn't figure. They remember Taraji and the other chick, Teresa Celeste, was selecting something ain't right about you.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? And like Taraji said, you dropped me on purpose. But they still didn't think that she was part of it. They didn't realize she was part of it, of the robbery. It wasn't to Chicken figured it out. Chicken was when he was thinking back in later episodes and it hit him. Oh man, that's the young girl that I met that night.
Right, but how did Lamar find out? Because it was a whole bunch of girls out there. He hit everybody with a gun. I'm about to put it on and figure it out because something put him up on her being a person of interest to make him bust her in the face in the first place with that gun or the butt of that gun.
Well, she was trying to fight the dude.
Yeah, but what happened that made her jump out there?
I can't remember. I'm
God
not sure.
damn.
I'm not sure of anything.
I'm gonna look at her right now because I know they were leaving that party, and she got caught up. But so homeboy got blown away, and her brother was one of the robbers.
Her cousin.
That was a cousin. Okay, I thought it was a
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, it was a cousin, a
All
little
right.
cousin.
I didn't even see him in the cast.
Yeah, he is. Well, he ain't on this picture, but he's in the other picture.
Justin Ross. Is it Justin Ross?
If you go 1, 2, 3, the fourth row down, the third person on the fourth row.
Yeah, Justin Ross. Mm-hmm. That's his name, Justin with an E. But where is it? I'm cutting fight that on right now. Where are we?
Yeah, it was that.
Oh yeah, they said the party. All right, everybody get
Claude.
Everybody running out now. But yeah, I'm about to come back to that. So but Samuel, when he got her in the woods, man, I was like, man, that's messed up because there's been many times where under pressure, someone didn't give the proper information. Mm-hmm. And she's a perfect example because what they say and Set It Off to Vivica. What's the procedure when you have a gun to your face? There's no way to keep calm. You never know how you're going to react.
Right.
The one and only time I had guns pointed at me, I had at least 4 guns pointed at me. The other 3 people who were in the vehicle, I saw what's happening to them. You know, put your hands up and back away, back out. You know, back away, whatever. Come to my voice and all that kind of stuff. But I saw them guns on them. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I was calm, but it wasn't right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The closest it was 5 feet when they had them guns on me. Man, they putting them guns up on her, and you got 3 men intimidating, and she's young, like she about, what, 23 or something?
Yeah.
Old school men with muscles and guns. And one gun right here, she didn't give any information. She didn't give the right information because she didn't exclude Chicken Man. They asked her a question, she didn't give them an answer because she was shaking and all this kind of stuff. And Sammy Jackson was like, all right, I think I got my answer, and blew her head off.
Yeah.
Sammy don't he didn't blow it all, but he put that bullet through her forehead.
Yeah.
But man, I was chilling, and I knew, man, you could see that coming. And
yeah, that was real. That was real unfortunate. I'm like, damn, she got it early, man. God.
And I didn't know it was her.
Yeah, it took me. I was after a while of watching it. I think on the scene, yeah, I didn't realize it was her till they were in the whole scene with them in the house and her and Taraji fighting. Even when she, she had a Joan and she cut Taraji, stabbed Taraji in the arm and all that.
That might be it. That might be how they found out about her. You done solved the puzzle without even trying to solve it.
Could have been. I mean, could have been. All I know is she got bopped in the yard. She was fighting Taraji in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, in between, what happened in between? I know the one guy got shot. And it may be how she reacted to it. I don't know what it was. But he clocked her. You know what I'm saying?
And lights out.
Yeah. Instead of her instead of her trying to get out of Dodge, like everybody else who was robbed in it, they was getting the hell out of Dodge, basically.
Yeah, they did. All right, it's coming up right now.
What you seeing? Tell me what you see.
I see the gun at the door. Samuel got his Frank got his shirt on. All right, here you go, right here. All right, that's the fight right there, her and Taraji.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Taraji called her name. That's mean, Taraji. Go ahead, keep talking because I don't want to.
Yeah.
I want to leave everything in suspense.
No, I'm listening. I'm trying to hear what you.
Oh man.
What?
I thought they were. I thought they was about to show Chloe right there, but they didn't. Oh, there it go. Oh, she swung on Lamar.
Right. That's
Oh,
what I'm saying.
oh,
That's
she
what I'm
swung
saying.
on him.
Yeah, I told you
Okay,
that.
so
Yeah.
Lamar, Frank's henchman, whatever, henchman, he shot one of the robbers.
Right.
And Lena came on
It's,
there like, oh no, and hit Lamar. And Lamar like, oh, so you must not get your.
bam. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So they get her in the woods and shoot her. But now Frank is on the mission to find everybody that robbed him. He told all the other major players, y'all skip town, y'all leave. I got this. And then we got to talk about your boy Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
His character is Cadillac Richie.
Yeah.
Got that perm and everything. And Cadillac Richie is I see how he dressed like his character in there. That's funny. But he's sort of he does his thing in the first 2 or 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
He's sort of a person on the side. You know,
Right.
he got Frank's ear a little bit. He just, he's right there with all the players, and I guess he might be the second.
Well, after when I went back and like I said, I went back and watched them. Frank runs New York. Cadillac runs New Jersey.
Got you.
That's what
Little
they were
brother.
saying. Yeah.
And Frank worked with Terrence Howard or Cadillac Richie's father.
His father, yeah.
So he done took over for his father, and his father passed on. Yeah. And Frank got to put him in his place from time to time. Like, hey, you still a little puppy, man. Chill the hell out.
Yeah.
You do what I tell you to do, blah, 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 blah. You might be in your father's shoes, but you ain't your father.
You damn sure ain't your father.
So sit your ass down somewhere.
Yeah.
And Cadillac Richie does what he says, as he should, because he's not Frank. He's not right. V-Man. But in here, he gives a few lines here and there, punch lines and all this kind of good stuff. So he's in the mix, but he's not a heavy hitter.
Right.
So he hasn't really flexed any major
acting
or anything, or any big scenes. But it's all good.
Right.
Special guest right here.
Best Stage. What's up?
Best Stage Comics. He kicking ass to some. He playing chess, kicking ass. Look at this right here. Going for all-time high.
Oh damn! Okay.
I might have jump in there and let him beat me up so he can get a little higher, because that's somebody I have yet to beat in chess. And I used to destroy our cousin Kirk Michael, but I couldn't, beat. Never have beat Bobby. But anyway, so Frank, one by one, they're starting to catch people. So Kevin Hart, Chicken Man, is on a mission to try to figure out things on his end, because all the attention is being pointed in his direction. And now Frank is putting some money on Chicken Man's head.
Yeah.
Bring me Chicken Man. He threw this party. He got me here to rob me. We gonna kill that little dude.
Yeah.
We gonna kill the stripper chick because she works with him. We gonna kill everybody. All the robbers. So one by one, Lena's brother. Oh, cousin, my bad. You said cousin. Lena's cousin is tracked down. Kevin Hart tracks him down. And as soon as he tracks him down...
well, remember, go ahead and put out how he tracks him down. Because...
the shoes.
Basically, he realizes, he remembers that she the chick that work in that diner.
Right.
So he goes to that diner, and he gets information... I guess with a family, having a gathering repast or whatever.
Right.
And And then so he don't go there expecting to see the dude. I don't know what he go there just I guess get information, but he recognizes the dude's shoes. You know,
Chuck Taylor's got a little bit of
yeah,
blood on whatever.
yeah. So that's how he figure out the dude. Okay, yeah, he's part of the joint. I remember him, and he called Silky over Silky
So
calls
he called
Frank.
Silky. Silky's the
Yeah,
one who had all the connections to throw the party.
right,
Get all the gangsters to come there. That's
right,
Silky's role.
right.
So Chicken Man called Silky.
Mm-hmm.
And what did Silky do?
Silky said, "Hold on, we'll be right over there." And of course, they
He
come
tells
up.
Frank. Silky told Frank.
Yeah, Silky tells Frank, and all he says, "We right over it." Then it goes back to keep in mind that Don Cheadle was there, and he's grabbing the boy. You know what I'm saying, for questioning and all that, and then Chicken Man see what's going on, and and that's how I saw it. He figured I gotta get my behind out of here too, so he make a scene where they arrest him too. You know what I'm saying? Which is odd. After watching the second time, I was like, or maybe the boy was just so distressed that he didn't recognize Chicken Man. He should have. I'm like, how come he don't recognize Chicken Man? At the family repast. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. Yeah, because they did talk directly, right? I think they did talk directly at the party.
Yeah.
Because
Because that's when he saw the shoes.
right, because that's when I forgot which character it was. They was like, why tell them damn young boys around here? Young boys don't need to be downstairs, they need to be upstairs. Mm-hmm. But so they did cross paths. But he ends up hanging himself.
Yeah.
Don Cheadle questions them or whatever, and then he hung himself. Watching Don Cheadle call the boy's mother to tell her that her son committed suicide, whatever. Don Cheadle, you just got to. Don Cheadle is. Normally, you have one character. I'm not gonna say normally, but often you have one character holding an entire movie together or TV show together. Mm-hmm. In this one, you got three. Mm-hmm. Because Samuel L. Jackson's character, you can easily say it's the main character. Mm-hmm. Or you can say, oh, this is about a detective trying to solve a crime, which is Don Cheadle's character. Or you can say this is about the hustler Chicken Man. Right. All three of them can be the main characters. Right. Because it's split 33%, 33%, 33% as far as important screen time. Yep. That's how they're hitting. And it's working out well. But he commits suicide. Don Cheadle has to call his mother, blah, 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 blah. But Don Cheadle and Kevin Hart, they began working together because Silky, the one who got everybody together to throw the party, when he tells Samuel Jackson and his crew, hey, Chicken Man said, come over here, and they get there and nobody's there. Now, Frank, Samuel Jackson, he looks at Silky like, you playing games with us. You went on it too. And they kill him on the spot.
They kill him, yep.
Frank ain't playing. You gonna die. Mm-hmm. If I think you cross me a smidgen, you dying. Yep. So they kill him.
Man, Frank is killing you if you are like a threat. Remember what happened to the Florida dude. Even if you're
they kill him?
Threat to him. Remember?
I know they stomped him and I know they beat him up.
No, Frank killed him. And remember when he had him and Chicken Man and he shot him. This was even before they went to the party.
That was in the stairwell. I remember that.
No, that wasn't. That was after the fight. Right? Uh-huh. And then they were outside, and both he had him on his knees and Chicken Man on his knees.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is even before the party.
And Chicken Man was like, please, man, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. There's a party for you, man. I'm on this party.
I just want to work for you, man. I just want to work with you, man. That's all. He crushed that role.
Yeah. I love Kevin's acting.
Yeah.
You know,
But
but
I've
anyway,
always done that. Yeah, I've always done that. Exactly.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. He sure did. So I remember the stairway was telling me, hey, I don't care where you from. This is my party. It's being thrown in my honor. So you robbing me. Trying to take a cut of some damn anyway.
But dude came out slick out the mouth. And Frank ain't saying nothing. But right there in the show, when he killed the dude later, don't even have Frank think you're a threat. If he think, meaning even Wichicom better chill out.
David Banner.
David Banner better chill out. Cause he talking mad shit.
Missouri Slim.
Yeah. And he being insubordinate. You know
Right.
so even though he brought
Hey, baby, pause right there. We're gonna get there.
Okay,
we got one more thing before that. Was the all them God dang it. All them congregating back to the room. They had to disperse. Mm-hmm. And that's when
keep talking.
Well, they tracked down one more person before that. Didn't they track down God dang, it's probably the same episode. But the henchman, well, my bad, Cheeto went to Andre's parents' house or his father's garage.
Right.
Mechanic shop or whatever. And that's when they Don Cheeto got some clues. He saw how one of the mechanics was looking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So once they ran up out of there, then they had some questions. But David Banner or Missouri Slim, instead of going back to Missouri, he doubled back to the place of the fight party. He doubled back and he called Taraji or Vivian and brought her back. And it was slick how he did it in that episode. When he was talking to Samuel Jackson. Yeah, but I did. And he just moved to the side, and Taraji was sitting there, timid and afraid and everything. That was slick. That was slick. And Taraji just came out. Look, he ain't rob you, but I can take you to him and prove it to you. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't want y'all shooting me like y'all did Lena.
Basically. Yeah. What she didn't want to do is she had no choice. He said, I'm only gonna ask you one time. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You either gonna call him, basically call him. Because like I said, the first time I watched him, like, why they go back to the house? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And then I remember this. Well, I saw the scene that I probably forgot about the first time, where Frank told her to call him. So she called him. That's why he came back to her.
Oh, why did Kevin go back?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I like. Because I thought she was being why did Taraji or why did Vivian go back to her house or the place.
I didn't understand that either.
I understood that. Some people strongly believe that if I'm innocent and I'm not involved, then it's going to come across that way. Mm-hmm. And she probably figured she's so far away from everything.
I would say that if it wasn't for the fact that the goons came to Kevin's house and she pulled the gun on him.
Good point. See, there you go. And that's what we give you at Impromptu, because he just figured it out. I'm like, that. So you got 4 eyes of seeing some things, and we done seen some things, but he didn't figure that you can crack the code anyway. So she definitely shouldn't have went back. But I love so right before she went back and brought Kevin there, I love that conversation that her and Samuel Jackson had. I laughed so hard when she said something about, I don't know, he didn't do that. And Samuel Jackson grabbed his drink and said, I don't give a fuck about that. Man, I was like, ooh, it was icy the way he did it. Yeah. I think he said, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit as long as you took whatever he said. I'm trying to see if I can.
Oh, yeah, I remember that part.
I thought I wrote it down. But Samuel, I don't care about that BS. This was the F I care about right here. Come on, man. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they get Chicken Man, they kidnap him, but Silky died, one robber died. Now this is what we need to talk about right here, because this got me. When Andre was killed, and you got our boy Lamar, he's shooting, man, he got that machine gun, and he is just letting loose. Lamar don't play. Lamar trying to shoot everybody. Don Cheadle, Kevin Hart, Chicken Man, Officer Hudson, he don't care. But he when he was shooting at Andre and he caught him. Let me tell you something. Andre, aka Man Boy, he died. It was so realistic, and oh my goodness, oh Jesus, help me, Lord. I've seen people get killed before. That was chilling, because that murder, when Andre got killed, when he hit the ground and he did a little thing with his body, he squirmed a little bit in his face. That was chilling, because I've seen at least 2 murders that happened just like that. Or oh my goodness, that is a badass actor, Melvin Gregg with 2 G's. That way he killed his Man Boy in Snowfall. He killed at his look, the little everything.
Yeah, the little go-to for that.
When he was talking to his girl, I'm gonna tell you something. His girlfriend came out. When his girlfriend came out, I immediately said, "That's a Jill Scott lookalike." Oh my!
I know. I thought it was Jill Scott at first. When
sexy,
she first stepped out, I thought it was
wide hip, thick thighed sister. Oh my Lord! Oh my Lord! But
now, when she first stepped out the trail, I said, "Damn, Jill Scott in this show."
oh, you thought? Oh yeah.
I thought
she gave it all.
Yeah,
she gave that
in the beginning until they
Jill
showed the
Scott
close up. Yeah.
But he tried to give her that bracelet, and she took it, and she took it back once she found out that he was gonna leave town without her. Yeah, I thought we was in love. And he said, "I gotta leave town." She went back, heard about that bounty on all the robbers' heads. Hey, this might be the person who did it. He gave me this bracelet. He said he's leaving town, and Lamar hit her off with money. Lamar doing everything.
Yeah.
But Lamar tracked.
Well, Frank told him. Frank said, "Spread a little money out.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to find these cats, even you got to start spreading the money out there."
Yeah, and then I was thinking of that scene also when Don Cheadle tells Kevin Hart, or Officer Hutton tells Chicken Man, "Go west. I'm gonna stay here with the body. You go west and find a road or whatever." I would have been like, "You must be out your damn mind. I'm gonna stay right here next to you, officer, because you got the gun. I don't have a weapon. Them dudes got machine guns. I ain't going west. I ain't going north, south, or east. I'm staying my behind right here." But he did, what Cheeto told him. If you're gonna be part of the team, then you gotta do what I tell you to do. But yeah, that actress, who's that actress that played that Jill Scott looking like? Well, we had to find her name out later.
Yeah. No, I'm not sure who.
And Rockman Dunbar, he's Andre's father. So when everybody come to his shop and ask all these questions, he's doing his thing. I don't know if they're gonna show him again, but he still has to get the news that his son died. So I don't know if this line is gonna go that way. But
he knew that was coming. But one thing I got to point out. All this stuff about Chicken Man, I don't like Chicken Man as a person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, he full of shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's the issue. That's been his whole problem, is that he full of shit and he trying to go beyond his means instead of, and I guess, that's the game, the hustle he playing. But he got his family in the middle of this shit.
Yeah.
Wife and kids. How the fuck they in the house now and they stand in some fucking motel? He don't even send them to go live with your mom and all that kind. He puts them in the wife and kids in the fucking motel. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying?
That would be
like, this dude pissing me off. That's what it was.
That wouldn't be bad if we were out of town. He's still right there in the middle of everything.
In the middle of everything.
Smack dab in the middle of Atlanta. All the heat.
They can't even get comfortable. They can't even get comfortable. She sees shadows walk past the window. She hiding the kids in the bathroom. Come on, man.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. I love the writing when she wakes the kids up. I don't know if this, matter of fact, it might not be the writing. It could be her. But she says, come on, she wakes the kids up. Come on, let's go play hide and seek. Come on, wake your brother. Let's play hide and seek. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't tell the kids we could be getting killed, or someone could be coming to kidnap us, looking for your father. Now wake up, let's play hide and seek. And what do? They do the work for it. They go play hide and seek. And then the threat pass, she thinks it's somebody it's not. She's like, whew. But Artrice, she's doing her thing. I love her as an actress. And I'm a fan. Artrice Johnson, who plays Faye Williams, Chicken Man's wife.
Yeah. I'm a fan of her. Right quick, I don't know who B plus POS is. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm. It's up. I thought it was up.
Yeah, hold on. Let me put it back up.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know who it is, but they know us. I wish I knew who it was.
It's all good. It must be one of our cousins. I don't know.
Yes, it's been a long time since I seen both of you. I don't know who that is.
T-Mark, one of our cousins. Where you at?
Yeah, it could
be. Pleasant? Somebody C Pleasant up in there? Where you at?
Could be C Pleasant. Anyway.
Glen Willow.
But anyway.
But let's get to that scene with our boy Ronrico Lee, Senator Johnson. Let's talk about that scene.
Yeah, man.
So you have, oh damn, my daggone energy going out. I got a little bit of time. Go ahead and kick it off. Plug this battery up.
Well, the whole thing of Frank Moulton meeting with the senator. I don't know, what is he, a senator, congressman?
The senator.
The senator. Okay, so he big time. So, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he already playing plus to play because he's part of that whole thing behind Ali. Ali fighting anyway. He got something to do with the Ali fighting there, and setting it up for Don Cheadle to be the police security on that task.
Right.
But he has the key to what Frank want and need. And it kind of exposes Frank because the whole time they talking Frank from New York, it ain't until then that you realize Frank is from Georgia.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Because Frank said, I never told you where I grew up and all that. He said, yeah, I did some checking. So, you know what I'm saying? He kind of remind me of, I think he'd do it better than him. One thing I'm not a fan of is Lorenz Tate role in Power.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, to me, maybe it's the face or whatever. It's just not fitting how the slimy character he is. But this guy is fitting the slimy senator. He's just he could have been in The Wire. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So but at the same time, all he did was basically tell Frank, basically saying, I ain't fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? You're a criminal.
But it took him a second.
It's the way he did it. It's the way he said
it. So this is what got me with that. He waited until Samuel Jackson or Frank expressed his expressed his I guess his ability to become a threat.
Right.
I believe he Samuel Jackson tilted I can do such and such if I'm not taken care of properly. Sort of like that. And then he was like, well, let me tell you who I am. And this is being said without saying it. This is those little man, and he got up and Samuel, he got up. this is who I am. I did a little bit of checking up on you too. It appears that such and such, such and such, such and such, such and such. So you best to be such and such. And Samuel Jackson and Frank is like, hell, what the hell? I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
Normally, if somebody breaks bad, they got a gun or somebody happened to them. But now I have no idea how to play this because this is a politician.
Yeah.
And this will bring extra heat. I just can't have Lamar take care of him like this. So it's going to be interesting to see what Frank does. I think Frank ain't going to do anything.
You think?
Like physically hurt him? No. He might do a Godfather thing and have a horse head in his bed. But
well, that's what I mean. It's nothing he can do physically, but I don't know. It's hard.
We gonna see.
We'll see. We'll see. Because I tell you what, Frank. I mean, and really, you know, the little joint that Frank be chewing on, right? When he get to chewing on that joint, really, that nigga getting pissed off, man. He walked away. And remember, he tried to, nice meeting you, nice seeing you again. Like, man, fuck you.
Yeah,
he was like,
this is all I needed to read. This is all I needed to read to know who he was. What's up, Brian? This is all I needed to read. And shout outs to you. But then he, you know, solidified it. This down. So with your boy, it's a pleasure seeing you, seeing your words and seeing your name.
It's been a minute. Hell, matter of fact, the last time we seen you was when we were working on a documentary. Remember?
Right. What's homeboy's name? His main man, was it Brian?
Bryant.
No, not Brian. His main man. What was his main man's name? Brother about my complexion. Oh, what was his main man? They used to cut up. They were comedians when they were together. I thought the other one was I don't know if he was a musician or what. Anyway, it'll come to mind later. Preston, the other Preston.
Preston.
Yeah, you got Preston Blue. You got the other. Yeah.
I see P all the Preston, I used to see Brian all the time, but I see Preston all the time on Preston P. I see him all the time on Facebook. So
right.
But I haven't seen Brian in years, Solace in years. So.
Black Eyed P, yeah. What's up, Brian? Thanks for stopping there, player. So so Ron Rico or Senator Johnson, seeing him go one-on-one with Samuel Jackson, because that's how I always say things. I don't know where I got that from. I probably picked it up somewhere back in the 90s or something. But it's my term for when two actors go head on. And I remember, I think the first time I ever heard that phrase was Heat, when they said De Niro and Pacino are going head to head, and that's when they have that.
Oh yeah.
I think it's that little car thing, and he sees them in the car, whatever. And he said, "Follow me to whatever." He follows them, and they go to the restaurant. And they start talking. But they say that was like a major scene with them two going one-on-one. So when I see people like Ron Rico, what's his real name is Ron Rico Lee. When I see him one-on-one with Samuel Jackson, it's not other actors in there. It's just them two one-on-one going back and forth with the dialogue. I give props for them getting to that point where they can act well enough for a director or casting agent to trust them with that scene.
Right.
And I know he prepared for it. He's like, oh, I'm going one-on-one with Samuel Jackson. I best to be prepared. Because if I don't, not only am I going to look bad, you're probably going to do a whole bunch of extra takes, but Samuel's going to eat me alive, so I got to hold my own. Another example of that, and I'm going to keep it with Heat. That's, what was that, 95, 96 or something? But Ricky Harris, the host of Def Comedy Jam, when Martin left.
Right.
I think it was after Joe Torre. I can't remember if he was before Joe Torre or afterwards. But seeing Ricky Harris from Snoop Dogg videos, Snoop Dogg records, Everybody Hates Chris playing Malvo, seeing him and Al Pacino go one-on-one at a table, just them two talking, I said he is a long way for them to put him there. And then he stood up to Pacino, and then I saw how he was looking. Like a few times he looked off or leaned in and stuff. I was like, this looks like a real conversation, and somebody snuck a camera in there. So Ricky Harris gets major props. So Ronrico Lee going one on Samuel Jackson, that was major, or that is major. And hey, we'll see what else happens. Seeing Chloe go with Samuel Jackson, that really wasn't one-on-one, but that was them two getting, her being in the frame with Samuel Jackson, getting shot. But I like stuff
on Ronrico, whatever his name is. One thing about I have seen actors over the years, and have always said, if that person ever get the right movie, the right part, he gonna crush it. And matter of fact, I used to say that about Kevin Hart. I said that about Kevin Hart from, like I mentioned before. I said that about Kevin Hart when I first saw Toy Soldiers. But Ronrico Lee is another guy that if he ever, and this may be that thing after
Paper
all
Soldiers.
The stuff he done this year.
Paper Soldiers.
Huh? I mean, yeah, paper, not Toy Soldier, Paper Soldier. But he's another guy. Chloe Bailey, every time, and do you know the very first thing that I ever seen Chloe Bailey in?
What?
Was Fighting Temptation.
No, it wasn't.
The movie Fighting
Temptation. See, I ain't seen that. Mm-hmm. I saw it back in the day, but I know she was back then.
In the very beginning, she plays Beyonce as a little girl.
Okay.
Remember, in the very beginning, there's a little boy and a little girl sitting on the church steps. The little boy is Cuba Gooding Jr., and the little girl is Beyonce. That little girl is Chloe Bailey. But from everything I've seen her in, and I mean everything, whether the TV show, Grownish. Remember that daggone what was that daggone series she did where the girl was killing people? What was the name of
it? With the Beehive.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Swarm.
Swarm.
Was it Swarm?
Yeah, the one Swarm. She was in that. Everything I've seen her in, she has crushed. And she's another one. Her sister got a big role with the Little Mermaid. That where she stood out. But she's on acting. Her acting chops is even, and her sister nice, but her acting chops even crushes her sister. Well, that's her younger sister anyway.
Right.
But even though they play twins on the Grownish TV show, but so she's another one that I always say, if they ever, I used to say that about Taraji. Man, if she ever get that daggone right part.
No. Get that right. Nope, get it right. You say that about Taraji before Baby Boy.
Yeah, I said that about Taraji when she did that local go-go movie.
Capital, was it Capital City or something?
Well, no, it used to be called 24/7, and then the name changed to Streetwise, Bruce Brown's movie. Mm-hmm. I remember when I saw Bruce, I was like, shorty, this girl. And apparently, John Singleton saw the same thing when he saw, and I'm gonna bring this up, because I remember running into Bruce Brown one time in the Safeway, right? And we were talking about how Taraji had blew up, right? And he was saying, yeah, John Singleton had seen her in that movie, the 24/7 Streetwise movie, and what he had saw the movie, and what he did was how he got in contact with Bruce was, there's a scene in the movie where they had a funeral home. John Singleton got in contact with the funeral home to get in contact with the filmmaker to get in contact with this girl Taraji, and she took her trip, and she took her little boy and took that trip out to California. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep. Let me do it. Let me give you one.
Saw that then. Huh?
But you were on Taraji before Baby Boy, so I got to make that known. And then you gave me a VHS tape saying, "Watch this act, watch this chick." You said, "Look, we say chick, watch this chick on here." And then I see Baby Boy, you know, because I'm late watching Baby Boy. And I see Baby Boy later, probably a year after they came out. Or something. I'm like, that's the girl from. You called that, but anyway, a quick little
go ahead.
John Singleton moment. A quick little John Singleton moment. I had the pleasure of being in a room with John Singleton, a big room. It's probably about 40 or 50 of us in there. I had the pleasure of that, and he came in the room and stood next to me. Now, I didn't get a chance. I could have talked to him, but I didn't want to be all up in his, all up in his space and everything. But and then he gave a now I don't want to say a lecture, but he schooled us, as movie directors, whatever. He schooled us on a whole bunch of stuff. But I had no idea how rah-rah he was. I thought he would be, cool and laid back. John Singleton was he reminded me of Tupac. I ain't gonna say Tupac. He reminded me of somebody that wants to he wants smoke. Period. I'm like, who in the hell is this? What? He was just charged up and saying this and that and you did that and don't did it and then talking about all these different things that took place in his life as far as film goes, and then it was a little bit of smile, a few smiles here and there, but then he got right back into this aggressive tone. I said, John don't play. And then when I met a few comedians from LA, I didn't say it, I was around and they was talking about John. They said, oh yeah, John will fuck some, John would do that. I seen one time John, I said, you know what, there it goes. And it makes sense now because they know what I was thinking about John Singleton. They just came out talking about him. And one of them was in the movie with him, but she was just giving a whole bunch of information. Yeah, because he's this, there. He don't play that kind of stuff. Yeah, John will get in your. I said, okay, all right, I believe it because he gave off that. Yeah, and I met Robert Townsend. I actually met Robert Townsend, so I shook hands with him and spoke to him briefly. That's super pleasant, but I saw, what I'm saying, it's like night and day, the two of them. But anyway, that's my little moment. But Taraji, that's who I wanted to meet. But anyway, when
that's
when her character,
I've never met her before though. That's the wild part.
We might. I'm holding out. I have hope. But when they grabbed Chloe Bailey, her and what's that girl name? What's the girl name you brought up? It's coming. Not Lena. Maxine. When Maxine and Vivian, they corner Lena or Chloe in that room. Let me tell you something. I don't even know if Lena or Chloe was acting. I think coming out of them teenage years, little girls are so used to lying about certain things. And little boys too, but little girls in this instance. Little girls, she said so-and-so, and I talk behind your back, and then when the little girl come around here, the one girl said, I ain't never say that. That was all over it. No, I don't know them. I ain't with them. No, I don't know them. I ain't never. Ain't no with me. No, I'm just here. Whatever. She been lying through her teeth, but it looked like someone that was lying. It looked like somebody who was lying about lying. It was just so real. He's like, damn well you lying. Like an actress lying in real life. I don't know how to describe it, but I was like, they gonna beat her ass, but they let her slide. And then after a while, they got cut up.
That part, right quick, just point out Best A's comment, and then I want to comment on that too, where he said he finally saw Baby Boy better than expected. But I'm gonna comment back on that. But I want to comment on when those three were in the room. I didn't understand how out of the blue did they say they were suspecting her as being something ain't right. I mean, and I saw what it was. The other chick, the Maxine chick, she kind of it was the way that Don Cornelius, I don't know his real name, Don Cornelius looked at her or something, and then she was like, "That's weird. Why he look at her like that?" But I'm like, I mean, nah, that's too easy. How can they have figured out that she was in on it when they don't even know her?
Now it wasn't easy to me. His name is Mac in here, but
Mac.
Every time he talked, he was talking. It's like he was talking to them too. Like, I know you know the rules and you know what's going on. So then he put these two up on what they better do and better not do. Mm-hmm. And it's like every time he came around, it was like, all right, y'all, I know one thing, y'all better do that. And she up this side like, and they was like, wait a minute, how come he come in here and he talks to us and he won't even acknowledge her, but she's one of us. So is she really one of us? And they look at her and she's like, cool. And then when she pulled her down from the attic, all this ain't no coincidence. You into this stuff. But she was aggressive too because she pulled that thing out. She,
yeah, so, she wasn't no joke. I mean, she wasn't no joke. She pulled it out before on the crazy dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But back to Best Age. I just wanted to point out another thing. Because he said he thinks single had an ear for natural dialogue. One thing there was a big standout to me about Taraji and Baby Boy, and I always said it. I said, man, this chick act like, you could tell she from DC. She acts like every DC chick I ever dealt with. I mean, right. The way she talk when she get mad, watching her was like reliving my life with Pam. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I know many, whether you're talking DC, PG County, it's a certain way they talk and the way their attitude is, and that's what I peeped about. Matter of fact, that's Taraji and everything she do. I always see that DC, PG County thing in her, in everything, cookie and all that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, and you see it, and I've experienced it too. It ain't just Pam. Some of my girlfriends, yeah.
No, I just named her that. Probably every chick I dealt with talk like that, act like that, get mad like that. Even if we gonna get some Juicy Lucy or whatever the heck.
If you say things like, "I wish you would," man, that. And I don't know about other cities.
I hate you.
Philadelphia. I don't know about Philadelphia, LA, Miami, Detroit. I don't know, but I wish you would. Girls used to always, I wish you would. I wish you would say, I wish you would. Always see that. I wish you would act like you gonna smack me. I wish you would.
That's a good question, Best. They said, are you saying they were ad-libbing, or did John Singleton write it that way? I bet I can imagine he gave them their liberty.
He gave a little bit or enough, but I'm still in shock that Best Age watched that movie. I'm in shock.
Baby Boy.
Yes. It's been 2 years. So we still got to get him to watch Nutty Professor, but I'm feeling shocked. So Best Age.
Well, we know what to talk about on the next Indent City then, because I want to hear his view on Baby Boy. Because Baby Boy is a wild movie. Yeah, Baby Boy is a wild movie.
We're gonna get to that.
Ving Rhames. You got to talk about Ving Rhames. But anyway, go ahead.
We're gonna get to him. So let's break down Miles Bullock, Willie Black. Willie Black, you keep calling him the crazy one.
Yeah.
Now, Miles Bullock. Now I'm gonna tell you something. What's the definition of a anti-hero? Because Best Age often talks about anti-heroes. I saw Miles Bullock, or Willie Black, the one you call the crazy one. Mm-hmm. He do all these things when it comes to robbing people and all this kind of stuff. He's slick. He looks like a 70s slickster.
Definitely.
He embodies the role. After the robbery and everything, because the robbery and everything, you see that he's just an on the ball person. He's real sharp. But after the robbery, after the all black stuff come off and the mask come off, he looks like a straight up 70s dude with his dress, mannerisms, and everything.
Yeah.
When he's a dirtbag, sleazy guy, whatever. But then when he finds out that the young robber, who looks like he's about 10 years old, when he finds out he got beat up by the mother's boyfriend / landlord who's about to kick them out of their apartment, he like, who did what? Come on, let's go talk to him. And he goes to the landlord's front door.
Yeah.
But he sends the little man to the front door and he just off in the cut. If that ain't gangster, if that's not gangster, sends him up there just like a parent would. And you play the background and say, I'm going to see what he does. Let me see it, whatever. I'm going to see this for myself. He did what? All right, go ahead and knock on the door. Just talk to him. And he watches how the landlord comes out and disrespects the little boy. What's that little boy's name? Baby Ray. Got that. His character's name is Baby Ray. When Willie Black sees how Baby Ray is being disrespected by the landlord, he stands up, all cool and stealth, and walks over. And next thing you know, the landlord is on the ground. He tells little boy, kick him, and he turns that little boy into a little, I guess he unleashes the animal in him. You know what I'm saying? That aggression, because up to that point, he was an angel. Even when they were being robbed, when he was robbing people, he was a nice guy. Yeah. And somebody said, that's a young boy. That's a youngster. We can tell he ain't skilled or he ain't trained enough. Right. But at that moment when he got, he's like, go ahead and kick him, whatever. He just started kicking him. You can see something come alive in him. So when you say you're interested in seeing how Frank gets back at the senator, what I picked up on that episode was, what is that little boy going to do later on? Is he going to actually pull a trigger on somebody? Or are we going to, have our heartstrings, pulled because somebody takes him out? Because he's super innocent. And he was, I guess, fighting on behalf of his mother.
I think, and I'm just talking, because all we can do is assume. Like I said, I don't even know how many episodes are left. But the way I would write it is he would be killed. Matter of fact, the way I would write it, they all would be killed eventually. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it's you showed another point about what you said about what's the crazy one name again? Tam.
Willie Black.
And it's almost like, because he a wild dude, whatever, but he don't like, it's almost like Chris Partlow in The Wire. You know how vicious Chris is, but he despises when he found out the guy, Michael's, I guess, stepfather or whatever, had been messing with them sexually. And he viciously, brutally killed and crushed him. It was like that whole same thing with Willie Black. It's like, we do a lot of crooked stuff, but he despises bullies. You know what I'm saying? We're going to take care of this now. He said, "What you now? Wait a minute, your landlord did this to you? What?
He boning your mother?
And he boning your mother? No, he
evicting y'all?
Yeah, and he evicted, and all these bruises on your face." And Mac was like, "We deal with that, and no, we're gonna deal with this now."
So he's a hero in that regard, and then add to that they are bunkered in and supposed to be laying low.
Right. Exactly.
So he's basically saying, you know what? Forget all that stuff that's going on and them potentially coming to get me. I'm going to step out there.
You just hit me with what's what. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm thinking as a writer.
I got you. Yeah.
I didn't realize what it is. Because remember, the last thing he did before they beat him up was he shot him in the leg.
And said what?
Broad daylight. Didn't give a damn.
And said what?
What did he say?
What they gonna do? All these people gonna do? They ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, these people ain't gonna do nothing. The bottom line, now you got this landlord. You got this robbery that happened. You got this landlord. Word on the street, they looking for such and such people. You got this landlord gonna put 2 to 2 together and say, yeah, my the girl I'm boning son running around with this older dude. You know what I'm saying? And that's how Frank and them gonna close in on him. That's how they gonna get Willie Mack.
That and was both of them.
Yeah. I mean
Baby
Willie
Ray
Black.
too.
Willie, yeah. That's how.
No, you're right. Willie Black and Baby Ray.
Yeah. That's how Frank. Because
one thing I noticed,
Frank's henchman is on a mission. He on a prowl, and that's how they gonna get him. Yep.
See, we solved it. You and I. You know what? Don Cheadle need to hire us because we on it.
Yeah. But instead of don't hire Chicken Man. Chicken Man, you know, he Chicken Man still make dumb decisions, man. Still, you know.
J.D. Hudson need to hire us.
Yeah.
Cato and Marlon. But another thing, when he was punching the landlord and kicking them, and I'm talking about Miles Black, Willie Black, he did it. Miles Bullock, he punched them properly. Normally in movies, I ain't gonna say normally, but often. You see somebody who's playing that role, but they don't punch properly, or they don't kick properly. He punched and kicked, and you might say, "Well, how are you supposed to punch? A punch is a punch." I've seen movies where people punch like this.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was real the way he did it and kicked. He came straight in, bam, bam. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So. There's little things like that. You be like, it keeps you in the thing because the minute something happens in a story or a movie that doesn't look right, you're like, man, it makes you like, man, that. But as long as they keep doing everything properly, mannerisms, actions, and everything makes sense, you're like, oh yeah, and you never snap out of that being real.
Then let me ask you. Let me ask you something right quick. We talking Mac and Willie Black. Do you think you know what them two remind me of? They remind me of Swan and Ajax from the Warriors. Do you think them two going to eventually go at each other?
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Okay.
No, and I hope they don't because
I hope they don't too.
Both of them are on their game properly, and when everybody else dispersed. Who did you have there at the house? Them two.
Yeah.
Now,
because he said, "I'll guard the money," and he said, "And I'll guard you."
he on it. He on it. Man, he got the eye. Everything he does is on it. The one thing in that house that when we talk about things that don't quite fit or little things that they missed, you mentioned two earlier. One, I was like, I tried to smooth it out a little bit with what was that them figuring out that Lena was some shicey was going on with her, but it was something else earlier that I was like, oh yeah, that doesn't make sense. But when they went to the door, when they heard a knock on their door, Willie Black and Mac, when they went to the door, Baby Ray should have been shook because he's still a teenager,
right?
He's about 16, and guns on him. So at the least, he should have been like, hey, or it's me, or something like that. Right. But he looking phased. I'm like, oh, them guns pointing at you, and one of them was a shotgun. Oh no, that should shake you a little bit.
Yeah.
But here's something
off to bad acting, I would say. Go ahead.
Well, it was a little inexperienced. The director should have caught that.
Yeah.
But that's something tiny compared to everything else. Great that's going on. Now here's what we haven't touched on yet. I ain't gonna say, but Don Cheadle's character, J.D. Hudson, when he is being, I'm gonna say he's like, I'm gonna say his captain is the sun. As far as the solar system, the captain is the sun. Don Cheadle is the earth, and you got that white dude circling the earth. Every time Don Cheadle goes somewhere and does something in his investigation, And the captain comes in, that little white dude is lingering somewhere.
Yeah.
And Don Cheadle keeps saying, why is he here? Why is he here? Why is he here? And eventually, the white dude comes out and calls him the N-word.
Yeah.
Don Cheadle punches him, and next thing you know, Don Cheadle gets kicked off the case, and this dude who's been circling, it was suspended, and this dude who's been hovering around the case, now he's in charge of it.
Yeah, good point.
So the racism.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Good. No, I mean, you're probably going to say what I was going to say. Go ahead, keep talking.
No, I was saying the racism in that angle, because that captain has been on him the entire time, irritating him. Close this quick. Do this, do that. I don't want any noise. I don't want any bodies. I don't want any of this. And there's a lot of racial undertones in what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Not just close this case, but the you people type vibe is going on.
But here's the thing. I'm one because when he suspended him, right? When that happened, when he hit the guy, when the guys did the N-word and he hit him, it hit. I'm watching. I'm like, you know what? He had no choice but to suspend him, whether he wanted to or not, because I didn't catch it the first time, but he said you hit an officer in front of me. Now this is a white, I guess, captain on a majority white police force in the early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he was on Don Cheadle's side or not didn't matter. You did it in front of me. I got the whole police force saying, why didn't you suspend this nigga? You know what I'm saying?
And none of them are going to say, why didn't you suspend him because he used the N-word?
None of them
because
are going to say that.
All them white.
Right.
So a lot of them in the 70s like, hey, we use it too. So hey.
And it's coming off that. This is coming off that civil rights era. You know what I'm saying? Of course, remember, it starts off with the whole Muhammad Ali thing, the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Don Cheadle, you see him as the what you say, the earth? You say the guy's the sun? I only see him as the earth. I see him
the captain. The captain's the sun.
Yeah, captain's the sun, and I know I get the whole metaphor about circling around him, but Don Cheadle ain't got nothing. Like you said, hurry up and get this done quickly. You got the old guy, the white guy circling, waiting to take over the whole joint. Mm-hmm. He got to do stuff outside of the law, like dealing with Chicken Man, to get because he's not gonna get the case done trying to do it straight like they tell him to do. He got to go into the hood where he from. You know what I'm saying? And you already know how he feel about him. You know, the bottom line. He said that when him and Ali was in the car talking. You know what I'm saying?
How much success do you think the new guy's gonna have? Name is I don't even put his name in here.
None. The new guy, they just gonna bust heads. Or they gonna just clear it. We don't need this. They said we don't need this. You know what I'm saying? We had this Ali fight that helped us out. Now we got this stain going on. We don't need this in our county or whatever the heck. You know. So they would have just cleared it. They not going after nobody. They gonna shut the case.
Keep saying 3 dead bodies in the park.
Yeah, 3 dead bodies in the park, and they just gonna shut the case. Just go boom boom. And Don Cheadle not trying to do that. He trying to
solve it, and 1 dead body in the water. So it's hard to close it or shut it down or silence it when all these bodies keep popping up.
And they tell Don Cheadle, I told you not to make a mess. Don Cheadle ain't like Eddie Murphy, Axel Foley tearing the city up, or Chris Tucker tearing the city up. It ain't, man, the city is being torn up out of Don Cheadle's control, or what's going to happen. He has no control over, so they can't. Then he said, I wanted you to make this clean. How can I make it clean? I can't even figure out what the hell going on. You know
And that's Lamar with that gun. That reminds me of when I was a school teacher, and a student does something bad in the lunchroom. I'm not even in the lunchroom. And one of my kids do something bad, and the principal say, "Look, you're supposed to keep your kids in order." I'm like, I was on my lunch break.
Right.
How am I getting called in here for what little knucklehead did in the lunchroom with all these other teachers in there, or teachers' aides, or whatever, were in the lunchroom? So that reminds me of the same thing. Don Cheadle has no control over Lamar tracking people down and busting them down with that gun.
Just because I'm black and they black.
Yeah.
You want to keep them in order. You the black one. You're the reason we put you on this.
Well,
keep your people in order.
It ain't working until they get all that blood. So there are how many people left that committed the crime? Is it 3 or 4 technically? You got Baby Ray, Mac, Willie Black, and the dude that skipped town. Is anybody else?
I think that's it. Everybody else who's in the part of the robbery are dead. 3 of them are dead, right? 4.
Only
4
3?
are dead. 4. The girl,
Dang.
the guy who was shot in the
chest,
in the chest in the front yard, the one who killed himself, and Manboy.
Dang. So AKA Andre.
AKA Andre, yeah. 4 of them who committed the crime is dead, which leaves more money for the rest, I guess, if they last. But I don't think they're gonna last.
That's another thing. I was wondering who got Andre's money, because Andre got paid.
He gave him something. He gave him something.
Right, but then he got shot. He had a lot. He had enough to walk away.
Police got his money.
And Chicken Man should have got that money and gave it back to
but
Frank.
Chicken Man didn't know he had the money on him.
Right.
Yeah. I'm saying
he never got close to him. He couldn't because Don Cheadle was there.
Right. But I'm saying police got the money because they got the body. I'm like, or whoever, or the coroner, whoever had to search the body or whatever got that money.
That reminds me of the DMX movie. They did a Donald Goines movie over Never Die Alone. Mm-hmm. Donald Goines, a famous writer of all the gangster books. He had a series of maybe 8, 9 gangster movies. Or excuse me, gangster books. They did Never Die Alone probably around 2004 with DMX and remember Reagan Gomez from Parenthood? With the Parenthood?
Oh, you mean do I remember? That's my
bad. We don't get to see her much now. But DMX and her now?
I see her on Instagram all the time.
No, I'm talking about the movie. I'm talking about the movie.
Oh, the movie, yeah. No.
She's definitely worthy of. She need to be on somebody's.
She's another one too. The last movie I seen her in. Write this one on your list. A movie called Dysfunctional Friends. She crushes.
With Terrence, I know Terrell Owens was in there.
Yeah, Terrell Owens is in
even
there.
Marcel was somebody.
Yep.
Yeah, I only seen a few minutes, but at least I know this.
Yeah. She crushes that movie.
It's somebody else, but I remember Terrell Owens, a football player. I'm like, what are you doing in here?
Yeah, but he did pretty good. Yeah.
I remember Reagan Gomez. He was dating DMX in the movie Never Die Alone, but DMX at the end when he gets, spoiler alert, when he gets killed, and they running him through the fire, the cremation machine or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right as they're putting him in the little box, the coroner takes a big giant gold chain off of DMX. And what does he do with it in slow motion? He takes it off of him like this, and the coroner puts it on himself.
Yeah.
He's taking the rings off of him, and then DMX is sliding into the oven. He's just taking the rings off. This I only saw it once. He's taking the rings off, putting those on, got that big chain on him, and that's pretty much how the movie ends. So when you say the coroner's gonna get that money in the police, that makes perfect sense because police, well, I guess coroners or the first on the scene officers, they should be. I know a lot of them be doing some corrupt stuff because they have access. They have great access.
Yeah.
But anything else you want to talk about? Because
I guess basically,
I just hope it goes 8 episodes.
Huh?
I just hope this goes 8 episodes.
We'll see. But the way, now keep in mind, and this is why I said maybe closing soon. You saying hope not. We'll see. But keep in mind how the very first episode opens. The very first episode opened with Samuel Jackson standing over, Frank Moulton standing over Chicken Man, and he's shooting him. And then it rewinds and say 2 weeks earlier. Mm-hmm. So the question is, did he shoot him or did he shoot beside him?
And how long? And how long did it take for him to track him down?
Well, keep in mind they got him.
That's right. God damn. But they don't have the Roberts, but yes.
They got Chicken Man. They got Chicken Man. That's how episode 5 ends. They got him. They put the bag over his head. Yeah.
Another point you brought up earlier. Mm-hmm. The first hour you brought this up. We've been on here rocking for a while. Mm-hmm. But you said you're concerned about David Banner's safety or Missouri Slim's safety. Mm-hmm. Because he keeps being insubordinate to Frank. And we say that because Frank is the top dog.
Right.
He disobeyed him by hanging around and picking up Taraji. Yep. Now he didn't disobey him twice.
Yep.
But at least he got the main prize right now. Mm-hmm. So how is Frank going to respond or react?
Well, see,
because every time he reacted.
No. I don't think he disobeyed him the second time.
Right. Got you.
See what I'm saying? Phone call. Because the phone call, they told them, so they, so yeah, I don't think he did this, but Frank don't like. I think that was the importance of the scene with Terrence Howard. He don't like being disobeyed. When he compared him to his father, and he said, because he raised his voice, he said, and you do what you do, and instead of doing what your father do, which is do what the fuck I say do, regardless of what you think. You know what I'm saying? So that's his mentality. His mentality is don't pose a threat to him. Don't disrespect him, which is what the senator did. And how he gonna get something got to happen with the senator, or that scene wasn't necessary. So something more. That's not over.
You know why?
That's not.
But nothing has to happen because nobody saw the disrespect. It really wasn't disrespect.
No, it really wasn't. It was disrespect. As far as Frank considered, it's disrespect.
You think it was?
Frank didn't get what he wanted, so that was disrespect. Right.
But I took it as
ex-Puffy.
Took it as
Puffy said, "I get what I want." Puffy, Puffy said, "I get what I want." Period.
Yeah, I took that as.
Other than that, you gotta keep in mind when you making a film, what scenes are not necessary. Even if it's a small scene, like the scene with Terrence Howard, that scene wasn't necessary, but it had to be necessary to understand Frank Moulton's mentality. To me,
and his power,
and his power. You know what I'm saying? So the whole sit down with the senator, and the way it wasn't like, it wasn't even a respect, man. I respect you, man, but I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because man, I just don't play them games and all that. No, he slick talked him. Yeah, I've been checking up on you. Yeah, yeah, you was born in Georgia and all this. Frank was like, I didn't tell you nothing about where I'm from. Yeah, but I know. And you ain't fooling nobody. You know the power that we gonna have in Atlanta, and you want a piece of that. But you know what? I don't deal with criminals. He slick talked him. He basically said F you with the slick talk. So for that scene to have been in there gotta be something. Unless you are right. It could have been that could be the end of it if Frank know his limit, or it could be we see Frank don't believe. I mean, when you hear them tell the stories of stuff they done, like the henchman, how far you think it takes to fall down all these floors? I don't know. Last time I threw somebody down, they said people have a heart attack, but shit, he yelled all the way down. I mean, they telling their little war stories. Even Frank sitting there, they sitting in the room, and he telling his war stories.
That reminds me of that reminded me of I'm trying to think who it was. Somebody like I think Richard Pryor was saying something to the effect of being around a whole bunch of criminals or gangsters. And yeah, it was I forgot which album. God dang it. I think it's Live on Sunset Strip. But he was talking about sitting around gangsters and listening to them talk about how they kill people. And then joking about it. Like, yeah, he had the nerve to such and such. He thought he was going to run down the street with a thing to get up. And Richard's sitting like, this is not normal. I'm scared. All these dudes around here talking about murders that they committed, laughing at it. And I'm sitting here, and none of this is funny. Yeah. So that's how that was. They just talking about, oh yeah, I know before they know the way he screamed going down there, he had no heart attack. You can't. I'm like, yeah, that's how killers are. Yeah, that's how killers are. But talking to other killers, when they talking to other killers, I'm trying to find the scene with Taraji and Samuel before we get off here. I'm gonna play it out loud. The line I'm talking about, and I'm having a hard time pinpointing where it is, but I keep saying 8 episodes because hopefully, because the next episode will be number 6. Yeah, and I don't want them killing Kevin, tracking down Miles, and tracking down Mac in the same episode.
In the same
internet, that'd be too bad. I think they can milk this because they got my attention. But they got my girl right there. Is this it?
What?
Yeah, this is it right here. I'm about to play this.
What?
Samuel Jackson funny. This is it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna play this out loud in a second. I'm just trying to get to the part. It's about 10 seconds off.
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Here we go. Here we go. I listen to Taraji.
He didn't want nothing more than just to work for you. That's all he wanted.
And I don't want nothing more. After you call that motherfucker.
That part right there, I could not stop laughing because his mannerisms, it was like he was just sitting there talking to.
Work for you. That's all he wanted.
He didn't say mother. He didn't call that mother. Like, look.
Play it off. Play the other part he said when he said he ain't gonna ask no more, something like that.
All right.
And I don't want nothing more. After you call that motherfucker. But I ain't gonna ask once.
And he ain't playing when he's saying that.
He said, but once. He asked Chloe a question one time. Or Lena, Chloe, he asked her one question.
He asked it one time, and that was it. He blew it, shot her motherfucking head. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. This is an extensive review.
Yeah.
Of Fight Night episodes 1 through 5, and we're gonna come back and PROMT2 review.
And we spoiled a lot, but there's still a lot more that didn't get spoiled. There's still a lot more to go that takes place in these 5 episodes. So much more. You know what I'm saying? That we didn't even.
Is Lamar gonna the main henchman? Because I like how the two that came to Kevin Hart's door or Chicken Man's door, when his wife came in there, and then Taraji came in there, one of those got shot right in the head. And I like how his body dropped. See, all these little nuances, they are important. But his body dropped. His murder was real and instant, and Andre's murder was chilling. And it took seconds for him to die. You know what I'm saying? Remember back in the day, you had, some of these people, you had these little weird deaths, but that was super real. But I want to see what's going to happen when Miles Bullock or Willie Black, the crazy one, and Lamar go head to head. Because we know one has the muscle. One has the muscle and the gumption, and he will shoot anywhere. And the other one is, and he's focused. And the other one is crazy, and he will shoot anywhere too. He ain't got the same arsenal, right? But he's crazy and he's slick. So it's gonna be interesting to see them two and the ringleader Mac, who played Don Cornelius. It's gonna be interesting. Don Cornelius, of course, in the Soul Train, whatever they call that series. It's interesting how he goes.
Something.
American,
an American something. Okay.
I watched the first season and a half. I think I watched half of the second season, but
me too.
Seeing which one of them get caught up first, and seeing which one, how they deal with Lamar, that's going to be interesting. And to see David Banner, what he does from this point forward, because he might have a larger role in these last few episodes. And Artrice Johnson, Chicken Man's wife, man, she's I like her. She's doing her thing.
Okay, that's the name of it. The name of it is American Soul.
American Soul?
The Soul Train movie.
Yeah, that first season was good. That second season, they started getting a little too wild for me.
Me too. Yeah, me too. Same thing.
As far as Soul Train goes, they started saying, all right, let's make up some stuff.
Yep.
We got away from Soul Train and got into everything else but Soul Train.
Yep.
But yes, I hope they can get 8 episodes. I hope it's 3 more episodes left. Because this is an instant class.
Nothing online tells you they not.
No, and they're doing it the right way, because I only glanced at one of them. I think it was Kevin Hart. I think it said 5 episodes. Or Samuel or Cheetah. One of them said 5 episodes. I'm like, good. That means every week. And I saw that before on IMDb. Certain series, I guess they tell IMDb, all right, change that number, and they go in there and change it. Or you can do it yourself too if you have
do it yourself.
They change. All right, now it's 6 episodes. Right. All right, we got another one, 7, but you can't sometimes put it out there because people won't figure out how many episodes, and they can figure out who's going to die when.
Or you can just be like Netflix and put it all out and let people binge watch the damn thing.
Right. I'm actually. I want to see more, but I'm actually glad they don't do that for this one, because I'm enjoying it so much. Well, yeah, and I think there'd be some spoilers out there if they were to release it too early. But Fight Night on $1 Million Heist on Peacock, boy, I'm enjoying this. This is living up to the advertisements that came out leading up to it. And Kevin, I listened to his radio station, and they talking about, Fight Night's coming up, and that was way back in June. I'm like, all right, and I saw the thumbnail for it, and I saw the heavy hitters in there. Like Don Cheadle and Samuel and my girl Taraji. Okay, all right. Then you got Terrence. Okay, and Kevin. They're doing it up.
Yeah. So cool.
So you got some last words to share?
No, just to remind folks to tune in each and every Thursday night from 9 o'clock p.m. to 11 p.m. each and every Thursday night to Indent City. That's the podcast where the whole conglomerate class come together and we talk about a whole bunch of stuff. From events, comic series, TV shows, all kinds of stuff, not just one particular special episode. Where this thing we're doing new called PROMT2 Review. We just say, hey, you want to talk about, you watch this? All right, boom, let's talk about it and spoil the hell out of it. Like everybody else on YouTube is doing. You know what I'm saying?
Premiere episode. Congratulations on your premiere episode. I like this.
Yeah. So, check it out. That's, I guess, the final things last thing I want to say. Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Thanks a lot. Those who view, we appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
All right. Grease for no, that's the wrong line to say.
Yeah, don't say that. They might think you're talking about Puffy if you say grease for peace. Now, don't do that. No Puffy grease over here. No baby oil over here.
Nah. That's usually what Cabby says on the other platform.
Right. But you know what we're gonna talk about? We have to talk about, in addition to Fight Night, we're gonna do an impromptu review, a promptu review on this daggone Jermaine Jackson. Was it David or Daniel?
Daniel Baldwin.
Jermaine Jackson, Daniel Baldwin, wife swap episode, which is old. 10, 15 years old, but I just saw it. I just found out about it yesterday and watched it last. Oh my goodness! This daggone, we got to talk about Jermaine Jackson. We're gonna do a Jermaine Jackson episode because he doesn't get enough love and appreciation from a lot of people. We got to talk about Jermaine Jackson and indirectly Michael Jackson, all of them. But Jermaine Jackson has done some things.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tina, Marlon, and Jackie, and we're gonna talk about this damn Jermaine Jackson. The only Jackson member I've met. I talked to. I'm gonna say I talked.
Okay.
Because we did talk. Hi. But we gotta do that. But anyway.
Hold on, Sean. I can't forget that. Hi.
Just like that. That's what Jermaine Jackson said to me. He said, hi.
Okay.
That's what he said. Right. And it was a year after wife swap. But anyway, thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. Good night. Right. And we will catch y'all next time. Hopefully y'all catch us.
We out. Let me end this, John.